Rockstar spent 6 years and roughly $2 billion making sure that the moment you step into GTA 6's world, every other open world game you've ever played feels like a cardboard cutout. And after watching that trailer frame by frame, they pulled it off. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Most open world games are lying to you, not subtly, very obviously, once you know what to look for. Look, you've seen it 100 times. You're walking through what's supposed to be a living city, and there's a guy on a corner. You come back 10 minutes later, same guy, same corner, same posture. He hasn't moved. He hasn't done anything. He's not a person, he's a prop with legs. And the world around him, it's a backdrop, massive on the map screen. But nothing is actually happening in it unless you're there to trigger it. Nobody reacts to a rainstorm. A car crashes into a building, and 5 minutes later, it's fine. It's a theme park ride, pretending to be a city. Red Dead Redemption 2 got closer than anyone. NPCs gossiped about you. Shopkeepers remembered if you'd robbed them. It felt alive in a way almost nothing else has. And Rockstar shipped that in 2018. 7 years ago. So the real question isn't whether GTA 6 is going to be good. It's how far have they pushed it since then? And when you look at what's in the official trailer, combined with the patents Rockstar's parent company has quietly been filing, the answer is kind of terrifying. But before we get into the patented AI system that could make NPCs behave like actual people, you need to understand what Rockstar did with the world itself first, because that's the foundation everything else is built on. The first thing that hits you in the trailer is the density. Not just how big it looks, but how full it looks. Streets with real traffic patterns. A beach where different groups of people are doing completely different things. A highway with cars moving at different speeds. None of it feels staged. It feels incidental, like the camera just swung through a world that was already running, without you. Then there are the interiors. In GTA 5, almost every building was a locked door. You'd run up and just nothing. A flat texture. In this trailer, you can see inside buildings. People at a bar counter. Shelves stocked in a store. Rockstar has confirmed significantly more enterable spaces, and the trailer proves it. And then, the storm hits. We saw a full hurricane in that trailer. Not just rain, but flooding. Water physically overwhelming streets. GTA 6 runs on a completely rebuilt version of Rockstar's Rage engine. Think of Rage like the engine under the hood of the whole game. The machine that makes everything run. The new version actually models how water moves. Real fluid simulation, not a canned animation. That storm doesn't just look dangerous, it's actually reshaping the world while it's happening. And here's the wild part. None of that weather happens in isolation. It connects directly to how the people in the world respond. That's where the patented AI comes in. But real quick, if you're into breakdowns like this, where we actually dig into what makes a game a generational leap instead of just calling it pretty, hit subscribe and drop a like. Here's how NPC systems work in basically every game you've ever played. Developers write a script, a decision tree. If the player does X, the NPC does Y. It works fine until something off-script happens. Then the NPC freezes, glitches, stares at you blankly. The illusion dies instantly. Now here's what Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, has actually patented. Systems that give NPCs a full behavioral engine. Instead of a script, each NPC has goals, a daily routine, and the ability to make decisions based on what's actually happening around them. In plain English, instead of following a flowchart, the NPC is figuring it out in real time. You can see evidence of this in the trailer itself. Crowds where people are genuinely doing different things, not the same animation copy-pasted across 20 bodies. A group on the beach isn't just standing. Some are walking. Someone's selling something. Someone's on their phone. It looks unscripted. And based on what Rockstar has patented, it essentially is. Think about it. Picture a street vendor NPC. He works his corner every morning. That's his routine. A storm rolls in, he packs up early because the weather system and his behavioral engine are talking to each other. Something dangerous happens nearby. He reacts to that specific event, not some generic danger detected animation. And if you've caused trouble in that area before, he might recognize you and move off before you even reach him. That is not a video game character. That's a simulated person. And when you scale that across an entire city, running simultaneously, you stop calling it a game world. You start calling it a place. Take-Two also filed patents for NPC locomotion, specifically how characters navigate real environments dynamically, without pre-baked animation paths. NPCs don't just walk in straight lines along invisible rails anymore. They navigate around obstacles. They move the way an actual person moves. It sounds small. It is absolutely not small. It's the difference between a puppet and a person. But all of that? That's just the people walking around. We haven't even touched what happens when law enforcement shows up. And the way Rockstar has rebuilt that system changes how you think about consequences in an open world entirely. The old GTA wanted system was iconic. 5 stars and the military showed up. Pure chaos, always fun. But underneath it was mechanical. Stars went up, stars went away when you hid long enough. No memory, no escalation logic, no actual investigation. What we see in the new trailer is fundamentally different in tone. The police footage has a body cam aesthetic, which tells you everything about where Rockstar is going. These aren't comedy obstacles anymore. They're an actual coordinated threat. And given what the behavioral AI system can do, the assumption is they're running on the same logic as every other NPC, with their own communication patterns and situational responses baked in. Beyond the cops, look at the economic texture of that trailer. Businesses running, people exchanging things, an informal economy operating in parallel with the main city. Rockstar built a property system into GTA 5 that most players never fully explored. In GTA 6, with a rebuilt engine and deeper simulation underneath it, that economy is going to be a living part of the world, not a side menu. And you're experiencing all of this through 2 protagonists, Jason and Lucia, for the first time in the series, right? This isn't just a story choice. It's a world design choice. 2 characters with different backgrounds and reputations means the city has to respond differently to each of them. The same NPC might help Lucia and refuse Jason. The same neighborhood reads differently through 2 sets of eyes. That doubles the complexity of every single system in this game. So we've got a world that breathes on its own. Behavioral AI with patent protection behind it. Dynamic weather that physically reshapes the city. 2 protagonists who change how everything responds. Here's the question that actually matters. What does all of this do to every other studio making open-world games right now? The open-world genre is the most crowded space in gaming. Every major studio has one, and most of them run the same formula that's been working since around 2010. Big map, things to unlock, side content to pad the runtime, a story that trails off at the end. That formula is cracking. Starfield launched as one of the most anticipated games in years, and the #1 complaint wasn't the combat or the writing. It was emptiness. Planets that looked infinite and felt hollow. Cyberpunk 2077 launched with a city that was visually stunning and full of NPCs who had almost zero behavior underneath. They just stood there. Beautiful world. Nobody home. Now imagine the developers at those studios watching GTA 6's trailer. Watching a city that looks genuinely active at a level their games haven't hit. Knowing Rockstar spent 6 years and resources most studios will never have access to. Building AI systems they've legally protected with patents. Knowing that when GTA 6 ships, every player on Earth uses it as the new reference point. Here's the crazy part. This isn't luck. This is the direct result of Rockstar's compounding track record. They took everything from making GTA 5, which has sold over 200 million copies and is somehow still charting, and poured it into Red Dead 2, which won virtually every Game of the Year award in 2018. Then, they took everything from that and spent 6 more years building GTA 6. 3 generations of compounding knowledge. And the gap between them and everyone else? It shows. We are standing at the edge of something that doesn't come around often. A game that won't just be bigger or prettier than what came before it, but one that redefines what the word world actually means inside a video game. Because of the AI Rockstar built. Because of what the new Rage engine can do with physics and simulation. Because of every single frame of that trailer showing a city that moves, breathes, floods, and keeps running whether you're looking at it or not. Every open-world game released after GTA 6 is going to be asked the same question. Does it feel as alive as that? For the first time since 2013 changed everything. We finally know what comes next. Vice City is coming, and the industry will never be the same.